I cannot overemphasize this. Tonight, a third live eviction was hot. Almost everybody, at least half of the housemates, got it hot. But the person who had the most hits, the pair who had the most hits was Beta. And aside that, TJ got the strongest hits now aside those who were evicted. Now, guys, I must remind you, I do not attach long videos of BBNaija to my videos, but I put a little bit of clip so that you understand what I'm trying to explain. Just so that I give you a recap and a reaction. And of course, without further ado, let's go into the after drama of tonight, after eviction drama rather.
The doctor is one person I respect because of his personality, because since I came to, I've never felt disappointed.
So, of course, like I said, TJ of the Beta pair actually had literally one of the most hits of tonight, especially because Ebuka dragged him for calling Kellyrae, who is his party, a snake. And then, of course, calling the like of Toby Ford of the Streets pair an idiot. And then the Igbo narrative. So after the eviction, we notice how, TJ called Kellyrae to the garden. I was like trying to explain that I really did not mean it like that. I was just talking from the point of what I felt and the energy I got, right? Because, at some point you made mention that I like to be competitive, and, I now translated it to be, I like to instigate. I'm like, okay, you're using the gun to shoot yourself. And Kellyrae was like, literally, I respect you one of the most in this house for your personality, for your ranking, and the way you think. I spent time with you in the kitchen. Then look at, we don't saw the Mbadiwe twins who were coming around, and Kellyrae called them. I was like, I was talking to either the both of you or one of you. I've said how I respect this guy. It's just crazy that you would say or think, and how am I instigating stuff? Literally, you and your pair were having issues, and I was like, maybe what he's saying will rile you up. What you were saying will rile Ben up. So I was telling Ben to just calm down. Maybe what you are saying is just going to instigate. I'm just really hurt, and if I've not been disappointed, in fact, from the beginning of the show down to this point, I have not been disappointed, but I cannot help but say I'm very disappointed at this, and it hurts me. I didn't really expect this, no. And then of course TJ was trying to defend himself by saying, I don't mean it like that. I was not trying to be bitter or start a fight or anything. It's just what I felt, and I reacted the way I felt about it. Guys, I knew that last week's conversation with Ben and his pair TJ was going to cause TJ issues, because TJ spilled a lot, and they were all coming from a point of disgust and pettiness.
If you had majority of the friends, I'll allow whatever you want to do, because it's about.
It seems at this point, after every live eviction, be it that they are up for eviction or not, we should just expect a taste or a little bit of drama and basketballs from the Shatoria pair, because it was the same thing that happened last week that is happening now. They had disagreements during the nomination or eviction nomination today, even in the diary. Even after Big Brother had won them, you people should be prepared before you come into the diary, because no mago, no play around. It is straight to business. So what was their issue? Just like last week, these guys are not agreeing for almost everything. So when Big Brother told them to decide, and then when they come into the diary, they should choose, it turns out they didn't. Sean was expecting that Victoria will whisper in his ear what or whom she wants to evict, while Victoria is of the opinion that he is making an alone decision on whom to evict, and it's just all in favor because he wants to just favor Wani ex-Handy because he likes them or is in a bond with them. Now, it might come off as though she was jealous, but I understand her point, and I understand his point. I understand her point because she feels she needs to be heard, and she should be able to make some decisions for them at some point. But then here is Sean saying that, you know what, you don't have a lot of friends in this house. I have more friendship with most of the pairs and individual people. than you do. I am friends with trees, but I had no choice than to add them in the equation, knowing that I need to form an alliance for us to also be safe. You are coming off as though I'm making selfish decisions that only favors me and any other person I like, instead of you seeing it from the point that we'll need to or we are working together. Either way, she's still as calm as she's always been. She's saying that's not what I mean. Okay, what if this and so people were up for nomination and eviction? Would you have chosen the same pair you chose? I was like, yes. You just need to understand that we need to work together because this is now working against us at this point. I'm like, oh, okay, no problem.
Very well for me, clap back from you. Do you understand?
Femi said it. You understand? He'll be like, let me go and miss Handy. I'll come be like, I beg. Don't you concern me.
Moving on, Sooj is trying to avoid trouble from escalating, and he is curbing one section of the offensive or defensive or whatever it is. So we noticed that Sooj pulled Nelly to the dressing room and was having a conversation with her, saying, I really would like it if you do not engage with Chinwe. Now, you said what you said, and of course she reacted, people reacted. This might escalate, so I really want you to avoid her, ignore her. Anything she tries to do, you shouldn't, engage with her, because I feel that if you do, she is going to thrive on a clapback over you. She has more energy, more craziness, more storyline, and more value narrative created around her when it comes to drama and clapback. So I really want you to ignore it. She listened. She was like, if you think so, okay, no problem. And then after that, we noticed how Sooj pulled her to I think one of the rooms, and he was having a private conversation with her. I think is it the HOH place they go? I don't know again, but he was telling her how he liked her and he really wants to make a statement. He put a necklace around her neck and saying, from now on, this is a special necklace. Now, I didn't hear what he said initially, whether it was from a special person before, but he said, I'm now happy that this special necklace is now on the neck of someone special, and I'm glad that you finally let me in, and you now know that I'm not just a guy who always bones his face, because it seems like that's what you thought. And she was like, yeah, that's true, I didn't know you were this sweet. Moving on from that, we also noticed that Michky still tries defending himself against the Handy issue. At this point, I think he has done enough. He was saying that I don't even understand what these girls are trying to do, what she's trying to create, but I can talk to them, but I will not avoid them so it doesn't look like I'm being pissed and stuff. But the narrative that I care so much about your vibe with Sean and all this is now too much. I mean, this is a girl that's Femi David and other people tell me that she's looking lonely, go and talk to her, she's sitting alone, and then I will not push myself to go and talk to her, because on a normal, I don't want to even engage her. This is a girl that I've even told that I am in a 4-year relationship. I'm like, excuse you, was it not the same you and your parents said you guys were virgins? Also, now you said you were single, now you're saying that you were a 4-year-old relationship. See, as much as it is possible for somebody to be a virgin for that long and stuff, but they seem like there is an atom of a lot of lies, and we are not going to take it.
So this is what TJ said, that he would choose Ozzy's side because Ozzy is Igbo.
You can tell them, can explain that it's not from the age perspective.
So just apologize and
To the tribes mentioned, I'm honestly sorry.
And also, finally, on this video, tonight is a night where TJ might take the whole week to be apologizing and fixing his attitude. Yes, because after the conversation with Kellyrae, we noticed that Ben pulled him to the sit-out corner of the garden. I was talking to him that, see, everything you said is going to cause a problem, a national issue. One thing I'm even disappointed at you with is now that Chizoba Ozionyeka, one of them, met him after the eviction. I was like, TJ, did you see it? And he denied it. Meanwhile, that same person had met Ben before and asked, did TJ really say this thing like this? And Ben confirmed that yes, he did. And Ben was disappointed. Like, the only thing you're going to try to do now, whether it's the diary session, because TJ suggested that he was going to go through the diary session to apologize to the nation, but Ben was like, you know what, you need to call these people, the housemates, and apologize to the affected parties, or else it's going to cause a problem. And then we noticed that the camera left them and went to where one of the Mbadiwe twins was having a conversation with the Cheka sisters, and Onyeka was like, even this week I was dancing to mostly Yoruba songs. Why would I be tribalist? I would not be I will be, if I were to be tribalistic, I wouldn't do that. I'm just disappointed at what he said. And then Chizoba was like, this is not even the first time I've heard something like this. I'm not even surprised. I'm just really disappointed that somebody as highly respected, highly learned will come off like that. And they were like, what do you mean? And she was like, before now, Ben had told me something happened in the house, and Ben had told me that TJ said Chizoba and Onyeka, they will defend the Mbadiwe twins. They will always side the Mbadiwe twins because they are all Igbo'S. And this one of the Mbadiwe twins that was there, and Chizoba were like, oh wow, really? He said that. Anyways, after that, we noticed Ben and Chizoba were together, and Chizoba was telling him, just tell him to go and apologize to the housemates, because this is a big issue. We've seen people get strikes and disqualification for things lesser than this. Instigating tribes is something a line you shouldn't cross. Then, of course, Ben called the housemates, called TJ, and TJ apologized to the housemates. He was getting a little bit emotional, but he made his apology and people accepted. He said that he didn't mean that from a place of disdain or hate. He just was coming from, he is in the UK. This is where he and people of the same color will team up just to protect each other. That's what he meant. He didn't mean it in that way, and he's not here to defend himself. He's just apologizing that they should please forgive him, and he would take his time to fix his wrong. After that, we noticed he called Chizoba and tried to apologize. So I was like, I know you're disappointed. She was like, yes, I'm disappointed because this is not even the first time I noticed this. I noticed it before now and stuff. He was speechless, but I understand that he is sorry, and I hope he does not get to this point. He and his parents already had a conversation that, talking about alliances, people's game plan, our game plan, all the 9 yards, we should just stop it. We should just play the game like normal people, like people who are naive and don't know what is happening. Because if we continue like this, it's going to put us in trouble. On a normal, you shouldn't have gotten to that point. It's just crazy. I understand them, but you know what? It is the game, and this might cost him one way or the other.